It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas and sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Friday, and it's fantastic because you're up with us. My name is Mark Daniels.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tamika Cartwright, and I want to be the first one to say happy Friday and happy birthday to our very own G-Day Low.
Brother G-Day!
Hey!
Celebrating you, another lap around the sun. One of the best audio-visual techs. We got all kind of titles.
I know.
Director, producer, videographer, everything that we got here on the set. And so happy birthday, my friend. Enjoy your celebration. I know you are enjoying your vacation.
He is, because he's not here.
All right.
So he's enjoying his day wherever he is.
Tucking deep in his bed right now.
There you go.
Enjoy another day. Also, happy World Teachers Day, right?
That's right.
Yeah, a celebration to all. We're celebrating all the teachers out there. Those who from primary school to preschool to high school, college, university. Hey, we have a professor on the show today. Happy World Teachers Day.
That's
And
right.
As I said on the last show, I once asked someone, what is the way they feel you can make the most impact in the world and in your community around you? And I was told to be a teacher.
Be a teacher.
To shape the minds and shape the lives of our future citizens and our nation builders. So salute to all the teachers out there.
There you go.
Boom.
There you go.
Formal and informal. I know, I remember all my teachers.
Did you?
Yeah, especially the ones who
Yeah.
used to spank me. Jeez, I didn't need that though. That
I
was
could
okay.
see you getting
Yeah, I didn't need. My first day of
in the
preschool, I get spanked.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh
boy.
my goodness.
I can
Oh
tell
my
that story
goodness.
another day.
Damage for life.
Just want to remind you to register for the 19th Exuma Business Outlook, and it's taking place on Thursday, October 16th at the Grand Isle Resort. Registration is $100 in person, $90 for students, and $50 for virtual. Visit tclevents.com to find out more information, or call us at 322-1000.
There you go.
You got to go to Exuma, man. Exuma is the place to be. They say Exuma have its own blues.
There you go. It does, though.
Right?
Exuma is beautiful.
Nowhere else in the world you can find those blues. And nowhere else you can find the Exuma Business Outlook.
There you go.
Right? We got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking more about the Exuma Business Outlook. And we also got the LJM Maritime Academy in the house.
There you go. And in our focus on education, we'll be talking about World Teachers Day. And also, we're going to hear about the Beyond Pink event. But before all that, let's take a look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Good morning, Bahamas. Your first look at weather sunrise, and me too will wish G-Day a happy birthday today. G-Day's been around me for 20 years, doing all the work they want him to do. So thank you, DJ, for those years, and enjoy your birthday. We do have an old frontal boundary over the extreme northwest Bahamas, and that combined with a mid to upper level trough will start increasing showers and thunderstorms across the island starting tomorrow, as an area of low pressure expected to form along that frontal trough. But today, a mix of sun and clouds, the breezy side, and there's a 30% chance of a few showers, isolated thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas and parts of the central Bahamas, and a 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms over the central islands, high to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy, 20% chance of showers, isolated thunderstorms in the northwest Bahamas, continue a 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms over the southeastern islands, low going down to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 88 and 76. In Jamaica, 89 and 73. In Trinidad, 92 and 73. In the Turks and Caicos Islands, 90 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta, 79.57. In Boston, 71.49. In Miami, 86 and 75. Dallas, Texas, 89.64. And Toronto, Canada, 71 and 57. As you go to the weekend, you're going to elevate those rain chances. That area of low pressure expected to form that old frontal boundary. High pressure north will start building, and so we expect some windy conditions starting late Sunday into Monday across the islands, creating some hazardous marine conditions. As a matter of fact, we still have them now, swells up to 10 feet because of Hurricane Imelda that has moved away from the islands itself. And so your small craft operators should remain near or in port over the next several days. Temperature daytime around the 90-degree mark, at nighttime in the mid to upper 70s. That puts you up your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Tammy.
Thanks, Godfrey. On World Teachers Day, we honor the hardworking educators under the theme Recasting Education as a Collaborative Profession. And today, we focus on building a collaborative culture among teachers by examining the foundation of learning, the curriculum. And joining us today is Deputy Director of Education of the Curriculum and Instruction Division, Ms. Therese Carey Curry. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So World Teachers Day. Just tell us a little bit about World Teachers Day and what that means for you in your position.
World Teachers Day is a day when we recognize the contributions of teachers around the world, and specifically in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It means impacting, empowering, and enhancing teachers in their work as educators. It is that time when we stop at 12 midday today and we say reflect, re-engage, and recommit to what it is that you're doing. So today we celebrate and we want to say Happy World Teachers Day.
That's right. So exciting, so exciting. And tell us about the theme that you will have, Recasting Education and Collaborative Profession. Tell us about that.
So we're looking, well, collaboration has always been a part of education, but we are recasting it. We are rethinking how we collaborate as educators. For example, in the Curriculum and Instruction Division, we look at how we build professional learning communities for our teachers. In addition to that, having 78 initiatives on board as a part of our strategic direction, we ensure that we engage teachers as a part of all of those teams. Further, when you look at students and their performance, we make sure that teachers are a part of the conversation in terms of curriculum development. Curriculum development has 5 stages, and at every stage we collaborate with teachers. Why? Because they are the people in the trenches. They know what's going on more so than we do who reside at headquarters. So recasting teaching as a collaborative profession is the thrust of the Ministry of Education.
I love that. I love that the teachers can be a part of that process. You know, that's so important.
It is, because we are in headquarters. We do not engage in the day-to-day operation of schools. We do not interact every day with our communities on the ground. So teachers know, they know the ins and the outs. They know the parents, they know the students, they know the support staff, the administrators. So it's critical that we have them as a part of the team, as a part of the conversation, that their voices are heard, their voices are recognized, and in many instances, their voices are accepted.
There you go. And that's what's most important, right?
Well, the engagement, you know,
Absolutely.
because when you engage individuals, you build consensus. It is not always that your views will be accepted, but at least it will be heard. You create a space of collaboration, a space of consensus building. And so it's almost like you at Bahamas at Sunrise. Your voice is heard. It's not always accepted, but at least you're being given that space. So teachers have the space. space to collaborate.
I love that. And tell us about, there's something called FAQ, right? It's an acronym. Tell us about that, because I know for most people here, FAQ, it's frequently asked questions, but in education, in your department, that's not the case. So tell us about that.
Well, you know, it's a way to remember who we are and what we do. And I always use acronyms. I think of FAQ as foundation. We are building the foundation. When we look at curriculum, we look, for example, I have so many examples I can give you, but we look at speech competitions. Usually they're held in the high schools, as perhaps you would know, but we are going back to junior high school, where we are introducing speech competitions. So we're in the process of training. We're introducing in the primary school oracy, so students get that exposure. So I look at F as the foundation.
Okay.
Further, we look at foundation builders. So we look at teachers as foundation builders. So what we do as we introduce oracy, as we introduce speech competitions in the junior high school, and of course we continue with the speech competitions in the high school, we undergird teachers through professional development. And I can give you so many other examples in terms of going back to the foundation. So F for me is building foundation builders. That's our teachers.
Okay.
And F for me is building the foundation. And if you would become familiar with the strategic direction, the focus is on building foundation. I'll give you just another example if you would
Absolutely.
like. So at the high school, we have programs where students have the opportunity to express their interests. In the junior high school, we have clusters. So they get to experience multiple things in career and technical education. We're now introducing a program called Pathful, Career Exploration, where the primary school students now, they will get to experience the careers in technical education. So by the time they get up to high school, they get a little bit more taste like the appetizer, right? The main course, and then they get the dessert at the high school. So F for me is the foundation. That is our focus. Foundation and foundation builders. The A is access. We are engaged in multiple pathways for students. Our special needs, you had my team on from Curriculum Awareness Day.
Yes.
We're looking at different avenues to expose students to, because not all students are interested in the same thing. I was at a meeting yesterday with Minister, and she said not all of us want to be doctors and lawyers. There are some who want to be plumbers.
That's right.
There are some of them who want to be carpenters.
And we need them all,
What?
right?
Most certainly make more money than teachers.
Right.
So access has to do with the multiple pathways. In addition to that, access also has to do with our special needs students. Providing opportunities. Just 2 weeks ago, we were in Grand Bahama looking at other spaces that we can create, that we can use to provide for our students. We've been looking at means in which we can provide services for our students.
Okay.
So access and quality.
There you go. That's the cue. Quality.
Quality, and quality has to do with the equipping, the empowering of our teachers, because at the heart of students' success rest teachers.
Absolutely.
And not just teachers, we're about that multi-layered approach to quality education. Parents, teachers, and other stakeholders.
Right. I have to ask you, because you mentioned quality and you mentioned equipping the students. I know that there were some concerns in the media about students coming to school, not being able to speak English, and that being a bit of a challenge for the teachers, right, for instruction. So how are teachers supported in that way?
So we have English as a second language. We have those tools. We have our Spanish Spanish officer who has resources that can support teachers in that regard. And so there is training for our teachers.
Okay, that's so important. Is there anything else that you want to say on World Teachers Day to all the educators out there just before we close?
Well, I was reflecting on it as I spoke to guidance counselors some weeks ago. And also, I don't know if it was John Maxwell who talked about the power of one. I thought about it from a religious perspective. sin came by one, salvation came by one. And I always think of teachers as perhaps being that one who makes a difference in the lives of students, that one who creates spaces for students to speak, that one who provides for students, that one who might feed the students his or her breakfast or lunch. And sometimes you are teachers, you are the one. Sometimes you are the only one.
Yes. Well,
And
that is
so
so
I just want to congratulate our teachers and shout out to my first grade teacher, Miss Moxie, Thelma Grimes, and also Elma Garraway.
There you go.
I remember them even at 16.
Can you imagine? Well, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you for all the work that you're doing. And I mean, all the best with this program as well.
Thank you for
All
having
right.
me.
Ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Happy World Teachers Day to all the educators out there. We'll be right back.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including aquaventure water park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Hurricane preparedness is important, and it's easy to get stressed and anxious. The Bahamas Psychological Association is here to remind you it's okay to feel that way. and to take a moment for yourself and to do what it takes to put your mind at ease. Play games, cook your favorite meal, exercise. And if it helps, reach out to family and friends. It will make a difference. This is a message brought to you by the Bahamas Psychological Association.
One thing, two things, blue thing, all things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Welcome back. Exuma is getting ready for its 19th Exuma Business Outlook under the theme Prioritizing Inclusive Sustainable Growth. Today we're joined by Dr. Lincoln Marshall. He's an adjunct professor with Bowling Green University. We also have with us the Exuma Chamber of Commerce President, Aaron Hanna, and they're here to discuss what we can expect at Business Outlook next week. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Pleasant good morning. Top of the day.
Yes, top of the day. Let's jump right in. Brother Hanna, how would you describe the current business climate in Exuma?
Great. So, Mark, I would say right now, business is thriving. We're really in anticipation mode for a lot of investments that are coming through the island. There's a lot of interest in the island. Right now is the slow season, but we expect things to pick back up. So landscape is looking good for big and small businesses alike. And we're looking forward to bettering that landscape through these discussions to, make it easier and look forward to more sustainable business plans coming out of Exuma.
Yes, Exuma is the place to be for leisure and relaxation, but it's also the place to be for business and economic growth. What are some of the biggest opportunities you see for business in Exuma at the moment?
Biggest opportunity is, I would say digital adoption is a continuing conversation that we're having with, a lot of businesses. As you know, the world is evolving. AI is going to be critical in order to scale businesses quicker and with less capital. So I would say digital transformation again is still an ongoing opportunity, as well as digital payment, right? So as in addition to becoming more sound operationally using digital channels, we're also talking about using digital channels for payment services. As you know, Exuma's scope is 365 keys. You got a key for every day, and there's not a bank on every key, And so to conduct financial transactions could sometimes be a challenge given that landscape. And so, the central bank would have piloted the Sand Dollar program in Exuma, and it's going, and I think, again, it's still a continuous education campaign, getting people to understand the benefits of using the currency and the convenience of it. So those, I would say, are the two major opportunities for businesses right now.
Very exciting. We got to make sure all our viewers tune in next week, whether online or in person, to hear this discussion as it continues. Dr. Marshall, you'll be speaking at the Business Outlook on the topic, maximizing the benefits of regattas and festivals. I love that. What does that mean to you?
I think when we talk about the regatta, and people go to the regatta for all kind of reasons. Some get drunk, some understand who win the game, right? But I have taken a bigger umbrella saying that a regatta is a festival.
Yes.
A regatta is, that's we think, that's a Bahamian festival. And so what I'm trying to highlight is that in addition to just going, what are some other ways in which it can be beneficial? As Brother Hannah mentioned, Exuma is going into digital, but there are some intangible things. And what I am going to be talking about is what we call a quad factor, right? That we're going to look at the social aspects. We're going to look at the economic aspect. We look at the cultural and the emotional aspect of the festivals, in particular in Exuma. As you know, Marshall's are from Exuma, so I actually, Brother Hannah, from when I was a little boy, I could remember my uncle. The first time I went to Exuma, this was, like 60, 75, 70, yeah, long time ago, and he said, there's one key for every day in the week. And so it's interesting that you mentioned that.
Yes.
However, for me, I want to look at the quad factor.
Yes.
What are some of the benefits in each of those sub areas? What can we do? What can Exumians do? And what could we as Bahamians, when we get into Exuma, how do we really benefit from it instead of just waiting until the bar opened, we drink, and then we may know who won. We
go there
the sloop, we will know whether it's sloop B or sloop A or what have you.
Exactly.
But I think there's much more, and I think that's where all of Exuma, all of the Exumians can benefit from that. And I just want to, I wouldn't say tease, but challenge all Exumians and perhaps Bahamians as to those 4 items.
Right. And very well said. It's, most people go there to eat, drink, and dance. For the people that live in these communities, for the people who are actively involved in the planning and execution of these festivals, it really is a lifeline to a lot of the communities, a lot of the settlements, and they look forward to it throughout the entire year. And sometimes it gives them the capital to carry on through the rest of the year. So just dive into it a little more, why festivals like the regatta are important to communities like in Exuma.
That's a good point, and I'm going to make. When we think of it, the regattas or any festival is 1 day or 3 days. Mm-hmm. But as you intimated, prior to that, there are committees. So the community gets together. We're going to do some planning. We're going to get volunteers. And one of the things that I feel is important is that there is a need for younger people from the high school to be very much involved in it, to know what is going on. And not only in an academic way, but when the actual festival occurs, they should be visible. Yeah. And I've had some opportunities where, in particular, yes, say with culinary arts, who can make the best kung fritter? Right? I just throw that at you. And everybody think they can make the best kung fritter. Who could make the best guava duff? And so instead of just looking on the base, sometimes we don't see. Those are some activities that I feel should be occurring on land, and we can time them. So it's just after I wake up at 10 o'clock, before we're going to be dancing in Elizabeth Bay late at night. These are some activities that can make all of us as Exumians very proud of, boy, look here, this is what we're doing. And then in another way, we could compete or compare what are they doing, for example, in Long Island or Abaco. Right? So I think that is the type of interaction we should be looking for as Bahamians. Festivals, it's more than just us. It is for the entire Bahamian population.
Very well said. Back to you, Brother Hannah. Why is it important for the business community to rally around events like the regatta?
Well, as you mentioned, Mark, regattas are a very big deal in the Family Island communities. And so it does provide a lifeline for numerous entrepreneurs to really make it through the year. I can tell you the anticipation builds for regatta as soon as regatta ends. So everybody's always anticipating regatta coming back around. And so, I think right now, I think there's so many. I'm so happy to have Dr. Marshall a part of the discussions at the Exuma Business Outlook, and I'm looking forward to hearing his thoughts. But there's so many things that we can do, and I like some of the things that he shared. We do have quite a bit of. I think we have some young people. I wouldn't say quite a bit, but we have some young people that are involved in the process, and that's very encouraging. You may need to look at structuring it to ensure further sustainability. But as the motto of this outlook is, inclusive, sustainable growth. Really, I think that the regattas, from a high level, helps to create a resilient economy. Whilst it may be seasonal to an extent, it gives a lot of entrepreneurs the opportunity to showcase the best of what they do. And, again, just like Dr. Marshall said, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, we have a lot of things that happen throughout the regatta. And I think it's just a matter of socializing it a bit more so that people are aware of what's happening, because you may have like a performance from a marching band, but I like the idea, the guava duff competition, and so there are a lot of things we can do to spice it up. But generally speaking, those regattas are truly the most anticipated events across each and every community.
Well, as we look forward to the next regatta in Exuma, we're looking forward to the Exuma Business Outlook happening next week and the contributions by both of you. This has been an interesting start to the discussion that we're going to continue next week. And I thank you both for being here this morning. Like you both said, regattas serve as a lifeline to a lot of these communities. It's a way to tie together all levels of the community. And there's ways that we can be innovative and sustainable in how we plan and execute these events so that it benefits all. And so thanks again, Dr. Marshall, Aaron Hanna from the Chamber of Commerce. And we can see y'all in Exuma next week.
Definitely.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all so much for being on the show. See y'all on the 16th. Yeah. You're watching Moms at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
Exuma Business Outlook is coming up on Thursday, October 16th at Grand Isle Resort. Join us as we discuss the theme, Prioritizing Inclusive Sustainable Growth. Keynote speaker, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, will be joined by the Honorable Clay Sweeting and a diverse slate of presenters who will address issues impacting tourism, business, infrastructure, and more. Don't miss this networking opportunity. Register now at tclevents.com.
Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Friday, and it's the Mid Show, and you stuck with us. My name is Mark Daniels.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tamika Cartwright, and it is a fantastic Friday. We were just seeing Mr. Godfrey Burnside dancing to the music. Hey, he got moves.
He's on there sculling, boy. He know how to dance, you know.
I know he knows. I know.
We got to carry him to the Exuma Regatta.
There you go.
Put him in the sculling competition. We had a great first half of the show. I enjoyed my discussion with some of the panelists and persons who are going to be involved with Exuma Business Outlook. We had Erin Hanna from the Exuma Chamber. Where am I?
Focus.
Chamber of Commerce.
There you go.
And Dr. Marshall from Bowling Green University. A great discussion about festivals and regattas and how it's a lifeline to the community, and we should all pour in and support.
I love regattas. It's always a fun time, right?
Regatta time again.